and welcome to our Spring 2016 ACCE e-Tour. We are so happy to have you here today, and I'm Sarah Melby, Director of Information and Research here at ACCE. During this webinar, we'll have an overview of the many membership benefits and resources we have on our ACCE website, plus many of our in-person networking and information resources. With me today are Holly South, my fellow Director of Information and Research, Susan McGuire, Manager of Professional Development and Programs, and Dana Ketterling, ACCE's Resource Development Officer. We're so pleased to be here with you today for our e-tour. Before we begin, I have just a few housekeeping items. First, all attendees are in listen-only mode during this webinar to avoid background noise. So if you have a question, please use the question function in the webinar panel and we'll address as that comes up. Second, we will have some time for additional questions at the end of the webinar. You can use that question function of your webinar. The question box is in the lower right-hand corner of your GoToMeeting screen. So you can just type in your question and we will answer that, repeat the question aloud, and then provide the answer. If we do run out of time to answer all of your questions during this webinar, we will answer individually after the webinar is over. And third, this webinar is being recorded and should be up on the ACCE website within the next day or so, along with a link to our Fast Facts Guide. But you can also download the Fast Facts Guide as a handout from the webinar panel that's in the lower right-hand corner. So for now, all you have to do is sit back, watch, and listen. So let's begin this e-tour. I'd like to begin by giving you a roadmap of the ACCE website, starting with the basics such as how to log into the site and review and update your membership information before going on to talk about many more ACCE resources. So we're on the home page. We'll start here, and we're just going to show you the 5 categories of information on our website. We have About, and this is where you can go to access ACCE staff, our board, our history, our location, and other information. Then under Professional Development, which Susan will be talking about a little bit later in this webinar, and then Networks, which Dana will cover these opportunities, and then Information, which is our hero service, and Fringe Benefits, and Holly will cover these topics in a minute. Our homepage is frequently updated with news you can use and event listings, including upcoming webinars, division roundtables, and much more. If you scroll down and click on More Events, you'll see a complete listing of ACCE online events, as well as other chamber-related conferences and events that we know about. Finally, if you scroll all the way down at the homepage, you'll see a list of our official corporate sponsors. You can click on the logos listed here for more information about any of them. So let's go back up to the top of the homepage and we'll talk about how to log into the ACCE website. To access some of ACCE's information, resources, and benefits, you'll need to log into the ACCE site using your personal username and password. You can log in to the upper right-hand corner of the ACCE homepage or any of the pages on our website. Each member of your chamber should have his or her own username and password. If you don't know your username or password, you can request it from us by clicking on Login, and a note will pop up asking you to click here to retrieve your password information. You can also contact us by using Ask ACCE from the menu or information section. Once you are logged into the website, you can click on the red lines next to the menu button and then click on My Account. And this is where you have access to information and resources relating to your ACCE membership. The information under My Account from the menu includes products you've purchased through the ACCE store, events you are registered for, and information on your membership. And we'll look at the My Membership link in a bit more detail in just a minute. You can also access information on our dynamic chamber benchmarking, operations, and salary surveys. You can update your chamber's staff information. You can search for a member in the ACCE membership directory or click on the networking button for even more networking options. Those of you who have the organization admin access established can keep your staff roster up to date, and each person can have their own login at your chamber. CEOs are already set up as org admins, So if you are not the CEO and someone on your staff would like to be added as the org admin, just let us know. You can use the contact information in Ask ACCE. And then once the staff roster is updated, our system will send out a welcome email with login information for each individual chamber staff member. So as you can see, there's much more here, so we invite you to take a few minutes when you have a chance to review what's available under My Account. Then let's go back to My Account, the main page, and we'll look at My Membership. So if you click on My Membership and then on Update My Personal Information, you can update your personal preferences, including your professional interest areas. That way you'll get emails from ACCE on roundtable discussions, webinars, newsletters, and other information areas of interest that are applicable to you. So to update your professional interest areas, you scroll down to Professional Interest and then click on Edit. You can click or unclick on any interest area and then be sure to click Save when you're done. You can do this any time you have a change. Also under My Membership, you can change your username and password in this section and much more. Next, I want to make sure you know how to contact us. There are a number of ways that you can contact us. So always in the upper right-hand corner, again under the menu, you can click on Ask ACCE. And from Ask ACCE, you can email hero@acce.org to access the HERO information team, or you can click on and fill out the contact request form, or you can always call the HERO information desk number at 703-998-3524. You can also access the same information by clicking on the Information tab at the top and then click on Ask ACCE. So we always provide numerous ways to get in touch with us. You can also use our staff directory to get in touch with anyone on the ACCE staff. So you can click on About at the top of the website, hover over Who We Are, and then click on Staff. So you'll see our staff directory. You'll see all staff with emails and phone numbers. On the Who We Are page is also where you can get information on ACCE history, our vision and mission, the ACCE Board of Directors including their contact information, our strategic plan, the Horizon Investors Program, and past board chairs. The About page is also where you can see information on our members, including the ACCE membership directory, the business directory, or you can download the ACCE member logo for your own chamber's materials, such as your website. You can also view our affiliates, or you can see additional membership options under Why Join ACCE, including our All Access Pass and the Horizon Investors Program. So that's some introductory information about how to access information and resources, basic resources on our website and about ACCE. Now to talk about ACCE's networks, divisions, and community peer groups, including our LinkedIn groups and more, is Dana Ketterling, ACCE's Resource Development Officer. Welcome, Dana.
Hi, it's really great to have everyone join us today. I'm going to take you on a quick tour of our member directories and networks, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have following the tour. Let's start with our member directory. Within the member directory, you can search for individual members or chambers, and you can email members through the directory too. We also have a separate business directory where you'll find our official corporate sponsors, as well as business members and consultants who serve our industry. Additionally, some offer affinity programs designed to generate non-dues revenue, and many of them exhibit during our annual convention, which is always a great place to meet them personally. Now let's take a look at our networks. We wanted to extend an invitation to join our networks, and we're looking forward to connecting you. Our community peer groups are specifically designed for CEOs to build peer relationships within groups that are organized by community type and size. With in-person meetings and exclusive online networks, our peer groups are really lively sources of emerging trends and innovative work being done, and we welcome your involvement. You can view the roster for each one of our peer groups through the link provided, and you can also email an individual directly through the roster too. Let's review our divisions next, which is another great way to connect. Divisions are open to everyone and are truly your home base. They're organized by job function, as you can see, to help connect with your closest counterparts. You can also locate advisory council or community members by clicking on the appropriate links located within each division info page, and you can also send individual email messages directly to members. Division advisory boards are the origin for most of our webinars, convention workshops, our surveys, and online content. To join a specific division, you can just follow the link shown on each division page to sign up, or you can also sign up through your account under the heading My Membership and then update personal information as you saw earlier. Once you join, you'll receive e-news specific to that particular division, invitations to webinars on related topics, and also invitations to scheduled division conference calls. I'd like to highlight ACCE's Education Attainment Division, which we refer to as EAD. It was launched in December of 2012 to improve the capacity of chambers to engage their business communities in having a measurable and sustainable impact on cradle-to-career education and workforce development outcomes. Today, more than 550 EAD community members receive EAD connection, support, resources, and tools. Cradle-to-career support includes programming, policy, systems alignment, messaging, and communications in the areas of early childhood education, K-12 education, higher education, workforce development, special populations, and health and wellness. Programming resources include its annual fellowship, monetary and recognition awards, assessment tool, technical assistance, best practices, and topical track at our annual convention. These resources help address the business community's desire for better educational outcomes and strengthen their position as the strongest voice regarding the need for a highly skilled workforce. For more information, feel free to contact the EAD team directly at ead@acce.org. As you can see, we have a wide variety of divisions available with opportunities for involvement, and we welcome you to connect with peers who also share common interests with you. In addition to our divisions and peer groups, we've also set up a presence on many social networking websites. Our online forums, answers, and connections are just a click away. We have several group channels on LinkedIn, and we hope you'll join one or more of our groups. Some of our divisions have their own LinkedIn groups, which you'll find within the individual division pages we showed you earlier. There's thousands connected to our LinkedIn groups with great discussions and networking to engage in. Our main group, as well as our membership and communications forums, are the largest and most active Q&A platforms in the industry. We also have a Facebook page, an ACC YouTube channel, and a Twitter general account from our president, Mick Fleming. If you're not already part of a group, we invite you to join in the conversations. Additionally, we want to thank everyone for already participating and the contributions that you make and the valuable expertise you're sharing. We have so many ways to network and grow, and we thank you again for the opportunity to highlight our networks with you. We would really love to have your involvement. If I can answer any questions, please reach out anytime by email or phone. It's always a pleasure to assist you, and I look forward to your calls and emails. Sarah, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dana. As you can see, there are so many ways to expand your professional network and connect with chamber professionals within ACCE's network opportunities. Again, just a quick reminder that this webinar is being recorded and that you can access for future reference. Also, for anyone with audio challenges, be sure to dial in to the phone number that was provided in your webinar registration. We will also be sure to take questions through the chat panel at the end of the presentation or for technical issues during the webinar. That works as well. So next on to professional development, I'd like to welcome Susan McGuire, our Manager of Professional Development and Programs. And we're excited to hear from you, Susan. Welcome.
Hello, everyone, and thanks, Sarah. I'm going to focus on 4 aspects of our professional development program today. I'm going to go pretty fast, but please don't hesitate to contact me after the webinar if you have any questions. First, I want to say a few words about our online education program, ACC University Online. ACC University Online includes online e-courses, recorded convention and other training workshops, and webinars. You can access all of these most easily by clicking on Professional Development at the top of any website page and then on ACC University Online. You can find e-courses here. These are online courses taught by respected chamber members and educators. Click on any of the courses to find a more complete description and purchase them if you would like. You can stop and start ACC e-courses at any time and view them as many times as you like, and you or anyone on your staff can access them for up to a year. One of our most popular courses is our Chamber 101, Introducing the Work of Chambers of Commerce course, which is an 8-part course on all aspects of chamber work. This course is great for new chamber staff or board members and can be incorporated into orientation programming or staff retreats, lunch and learn events, and other training activities. Course modules include the background and history of chambers, as well as fundamentals on how they are organized and operate, and modules on membership, communications and marketing, government relations, workforce development, economic development, and chamber finance and administration. Also included in our e-courses are recorded convention and other training sessions. Scroll down the ACCE University online page to see them. You can find recorded convention workshops, including selected workshops from our 2015 convention in Montreal, and our 2014, 2013, and 2012 conventions as well. These workshops are organized into topic-specific track packs. We also have recorded sessions from our 2015 Chamber Events Training Conference in New Orleans. You can scroll up to featured e-courses, and it's listed right there. We also have a special 60 Ideas in 60 Minutes package that includes the popular membership session, in which participants each contribute a great membership idea, and the 60 Ideas session from our events conference. It also includes written notes from the 60 Ideas Events Conference session. Our e-courses, including our recorded convention workshops, are offered for a fee that varies according to your membership type. You'll need your username and password to purchase them. Note that if you've purchased an ACCE All Access Pass, the e-courses are included within the pass, and they are also included within the Horizon Investor benefits. So in these two cases, you or anyone in your chamber will be able to access them for no additional fee. We also have many free recorded webinars within our ACCE online catalog. The easiest way to access them is to go to the ACCE University online page, click on A to Z Webinars, and then just scroll through and click on the icon for any webinar of interest. All of the recorded webinars are included with your membership, so there is no additional fee for you or anyone in your chamber. The webinars are usually 45 minutes to an hour long. Where presentation materials have been made available to us, we've also posted those right here on the webinar page, and you can download them for free. We've done a number of new webinars over the past few months, including webinars on talent and workforce development, YP programs, elected official scorecards, strategic planning, and more. One of our most popular recent programs was our April 7th program on proven strategies for new CEOs, which you can find here. So please take a look. We will also be doing additional live webinars throughout the year, along with conference call roundtable discussions. To get to our schedule of these events, start again on the Professional Development page, hover over Events, and then click on Events Calendar. You'll see that our next webinar will take place next week on Thursday, May 19th, and will be led by the leadership of the Noonan-Coweta, Georgia Chamber of Commerce, who will be discussing their Healthcare Workforce Development Initiative. This webinar is the final one in our 2015 Chamber of the Year Award winner series, which has been a terrific way for our members to hear from the best of the best on how they have achieved excellence in their chambers and their communities. Note that there is no charge to participate in ACCE webinars or roundtable calls. For webinars, you generally need to register beforehand, just as you did for this webinar, and to do that, you'll need your ACCE membership ID number. Next, we're going to switch to in-person training sessions. In addition to our online offerings, we have several major in-person trainings each year. Our largest in-person training is our annual convention, which will take place this year on August 9th through 12th, 2016 in Savannah, Georgia. Registration for the convention is now live. You can register for the convention by clicking on our convention site and then on registration. There you'll find information on pricing, cancellations, changing reservations, and more. You can also reserve your hotel room on this site by clicking first on Hotels and Travel and then on Hotels and Reservations. You'll see a listing of the convention hotels on this page. Please book your hotel reservations by clicking on where it says Passkey Site within the paragraph in green print. This is how you're going to get our convention rate for these hotels. Note that you cannot get the convention rate by contacting the hotels directly. Please use the website link here to book your hotels. Note that the early bird deadline for convention registration is July 18th, and the negotiated ACCE hotel rates will also expire on July 18th as well. We have a terrific lineup of workshops and sessions planned for Savannah, and we'll be updating our site frequently with more information. We have workshop tracks in membership, events and revenue, leadership, marketing and communications, economic and community development, public policy and government relations, and diversity and inclusion. It's going to be a very exciting and informative week in Savannah with great opportunities for networking with your peers, so we really hope to see you there. One more thing about convention. You can also get handouts from our 2015 convention in Montreal by clicking on Professional Development, hovering over Annual Convention, clicking on 2015 Post-Convention Materials, and then scrolling down to find the session handouts. These are handouts from some of our most popular programs, and they are complimentary with your membership. So, in addition to the convention, we have 2 other major in-person training sessions each year. We are very happy to announce that we'll hold our 2nd Chamber Events Training Conference in Louisville, Kentucky on October 13th to 14th, 2016. The conference will be designed for Chamber staff responsible for planning and running distinctive and memorable Chamber events. Registration for the conference is now open, and you can register by clicking on the tile found on the home page and then clicking on Register Here. Note that we will be capping registration for this conference to 60 attendees this year. If you have a great idea for a workshop or another session for the conference, please complete one of the session proposal forms. We would love to hear from you. To register for the Events Training Conference, you'll need your ACC member ID and login information. And then finally, we hold an annual sales training conference every year in the first quarter of the year. We'll be starting to plan the conference for next year, and that will be in March 2017, shortly after our annual convention. For more information on the Sales Training Conference or our Chamber Events Training Conference, please get in touch with me at smcguire@acce.org. So while we're talking a little bit about sales and membership development, I'm going to take a little detour to mention the many opportunities here at ACCE for education and networking for membership development professionals. The starting place for this learning is our Membership Development Division page, which you can get to by clicking on Networks, hovering over Divisions, and then clicking on Membership Development Division. On this page, you'll see links to our Chamberpedia pages on membership topics, a link to our recent MDDE newsletters, and links to recorded webinars on membership topics. You can also download copies of selected sales training conference handouts from last year's sales training and listen to recorded membership roundtable calls. You can also join our active membership sales LinkedIn group through this page as well. If you're a member of the MDD, you'll get the e-newsletters and you'll get e-blasts where we schedule webinars or roundtable discussions for membership professionals. To join the MDD, click on Divisions at acce.org, which is on the MDD page, or update your profile online to add the MDD to your profile by clicking right there on Update Your Profile Status Online. You'll need your ACC username and password to access that page. You can also just email me at smcguire, smcguire, @acce.org, and I will get you signed up for the MDD. Note that on the MDD page you can also access information about the Circle of Champions program. The Circle of Champions is part of the MDD and is a recognition program for chamber sales professionals. The Circle of Champions sponsors 2 recognition programs, our annual sales contest and our Lifetime Achievement Award program. You can find out more information about both of these programs by clicking where indicated on the Circle of Champions page. To join the Circle of Champions, click on Enroll Your Sales Team Today and fill out the online form. That form will make its way to me and I will get you signed up. If you have any questions about the Circle of Champions, please feel free to contact me. Next, I'm going to switch to awards and just say a few words on how to get information on the many prestigious awards that are presented at our annual convention. To find information, click on Professional Development, hover over Awards, and you'll see the major categories of awards that are given out each year. If you click on any of the award links, you'll find out more information about the award requirements, due dates, and the contact people at ACCE who can provide more information. So the last thing I'll touch on is our Certified Chamber Executive, or CCE program. The CCE is the only national certification for chamber professionals. It is available to chamber executives who have 6 or more years of senior level management experience and are currently in a senior level chamber position. To find information about the CCE program, click on Professional Development and then on CCE. This section of our website contains information on the timeline, eligibility requirements, application, resources for applicants, and more. We'll also be offering a workshop on the CCE process at the convention. It's also worth noting that one of the requirements for the CCE is that you have accumulated over the course of your career a certain number of professional development points through education, networking, convention attendance, leadership roles at ACCE, and so on. You should know that you acquire CCE points for every webinar or e-course you participate in, and also for attending conventions, sales training, or events training. You'll get more points if you facilitate or present at a webinar or at one of our conferences. So if you are working towards getting your CCE, you can make progress by participating in one of the professional development opportunities we offer. Please feel free to click on my name on this CCE page and send me an email if you have any questions about the program. The application deadline for our 2017 class is January 9th, 2017. I'd love to talk to you more about the program if you are interested or may be interested in the future. And just 2 other final quick notes about professional development at ACCE. ACCE has a job posting board that you can access from the professional development page. It's called Job Watch. And we also have a volunteer portal for those interested in volunteering for ACC committees or getting more involved in ACCE in other ways. Click on either of these links to find out more. So that's a quick summary of ACC University Online and our other professional development resources. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or suggestions for professional development topics that you'd like to see us offer in the future. Thanks, everyone, and Sarah, back to you.
Thanks so much, Susan. That is just a gold mine of professional development. I think we're all so excited to, have that available to all ACCE members. Thanks, Susan. So now we'll hear from Holly, my fellow director of information and research, to learn about ACCE's information section and about how HERO can help your chamber.
Hi all, and thanks, Sarah. So I'd like to highlight some HERO resources for you today, which you can find under the Information tab on our website. So as you can see, HERO stands for Help Expertise Resources Online. It's the ACCE library, and our goal with HERO is to make it easy for our members, any staff person at any chamber, regardless of type or size, to find relevant information to help them do their job. There are a number of ways that you can use HERO. You can use it for strategic planning and best practices. You can use it as a management tool to identify trends and for benchmarking yourself against other chambers. And you can use it, you can use our samples library to find examples of documents like job descriptions and membership renewal letters. I'm going to start in reverse actually and go into the samples library, which as you can see we have about 3,500 documents, including marketing materials promoting chamber events, membership brochures, bylaws, correspondence with members, annual reports, and many other items, even award winners. Samples are a great starting point for your work or research because you can download, edit, customize any of these documents, saving you time. For example, if you need to hire a membership director, I don't think anyone enjoys writing a job description, and the samples library makes it easy. So how do you do all this? Well, we recommend starting with a general search using one of the subject terms in this drop-down menu, and then narrowing your search by either including a keyword and clicking go, or filtering by chamber revenue size. We get a lot of questions about what chambers of a particular size are doing in an area, and that's now an easy search. So for example, you can search for annual reports submitted by some of our larger chambers down here. We regularly add new samples to the library and are always looking for more examples of excellent resources. So if you have something that you're extra proud of, a piece that's been really effective for you, please consider sending that to hero@acce.org. Now on to Chamberpedia, which is our best of compilation in the 12 topics that we work on at ACCE and that chambers focus on. So from communications and marketing to diversity to governance to membership. I'm actually going to go into membership to show you an example of one of our pages. Within our membership management section, we have several subtopics, one of which is retention. We have about 130 so pages in Chamberpedia at the moment, within which you'll find research, examples of chamber programs, a variety of samples, convention resources, books and articles, including Chamber Executive Magazine articles, presentations, course and webinar recordings, and much more. So we're combining ACCE, Chamber, and external resources on all of these pages. Some recently added topics or beefed up topics include chambers and political engagement, affordable housing, corrections reform, diversity statements, and membership billing. And as with the samples library, we welcome your input and knowledge to help us add to these pages, whether it's ideas for a new page, resources to add to an existing one. You can even rate our pages or send us suggestions for a new one if there's a topic that you would like us to cover. Next on to dynamic chamber benchmarking, which you may know is the ACCE Operations and Salary Survey, now rolled into one platform. Within dynamic chamber benchmarking, you'll find data comparisons, membership statistics, and custom reports, all of which show how your chamber compares with its peers as well as your performance over time. We know that our members use it for board reports, strategic planning, best practices, staff retreats. It's all free to chambers that complete 50% or more of the survey. So let me take you into the chamber profile to show you an example of a data entry page. If you haven't yet participated in fiscal year 2015, we've added a feature, the copy prior year, that makes this a lot easier. So if you've entered your data for fiscal year 2014, all you have to do is click this and your fiscal year 2015 fields will populate with the previous year's data. And then you can just go in, edit, update those fields as needed. If you're new to dynamic chamber benchmarking, participating in this fiscal year will make your next year participation a lot easier. And there are no deadlines here, so you can enter or update your data anytime. Back to that main screen, you can see that there are 3 sections. We ask that you start with chamber profile before moving on for more accurate calculations in the other sections. The salary survey is open only to CEOs of their delegates, but all staff have access to the operations survey. Within these, you'll find several modules for the operations and salary survey section. The compared chambers will show your raw data. So your chamber's responses compared to the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles. My demo chamber, you can see the response here is highlighted. You can also click on the icon next to it to download this slide in a PDF or PowerPoint. So then once you've seen the data compared to everyone participating in dynamic chamber benchmarking, you can apply filters for more customized results. So you can add a revenue range or a membership size range. You can choose a population service area size or restrict by organizational function. And then you would just click apply to save those filters, and you would see the adjustments down below as your chamber's responses, perhaps are in a different percentile compared to that more customized group. Then any filters that you apply will also be reflected in the reports and charts that you can download from this page. So this will show you all the calculated data. And these are all free, again, for members who have participated in 50% or more. I actually have the operations report open. Within these, we have stats on revenue, expense, fundraising, governance. Here you can see some membership retention slides. So accounts, dollars, first year retention, and then several other slides of membership statistics. I should also mention here that our publications that we produce, the fiscal year 2015 membership statistics and operations publication, These show the 5-year trends by revenue categories are now available. So the membership report is free to our members, and I'll show you how to find that in a moment on our website, while the operations report is available for purchase in our bookstore. But it is free to Horizon Investor members and any who have purchased an ACC All Access Pass. So in Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, if you need help, we have several resources available under the support link up here, including a Working with Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking resource page, a tip guide, a data collection worksheet, plus our live chat service. You can see here we're offline because we're on this webinar, but normally we're on duty. You can just click here and that will summon us for a chat. So that's available during business hours. Or you can email us anytime, hero@acce.org. And back to the information portal, I wanted to point out a few more research resources for you, which you can find here under More Resources. The first, that membership statistics report I mentioned, you can access via that link. That will walk you through how to launch that report. In addition, our quick polls, which we run several times a year on a variety of topics. Our most recent one, is on chamber building locations, and we're still collecting data for that. That will close in a day or so. And you can click on, there are 2 different links available depending on whether you own or lease your building. So you can see if you click here for that survey, click here for that other survey. In addition, you can pull up any of the results page for our previous quick polls. Here's one we ran in December on chamber foundations. Then a number of other research reports are available, again, under More Resources, and then that reports link, including the Horizon Initiative report, our Chamber Revenue Models white paper, and the Shapiro report. And then the last feature I wanted to point out to you in the HERO portal is our Topics A to Z, which you can find here. It's a great place to start when you know what you're looking for, but you don't know where to find it. So this basically acts as an index of our entire website. For example, if you're looking for chamber mergers, you just scroll down here, and this will take you to a couple of our resource pages on mergers. And those, again, will be in Chamberpedia, so you will have links to articles, research, chamber programs, examples of merger agreements, that sort of thing. So you can tap into HERO to find sample documents pertaining to running a chamber, chamber best practices, data to benchmark your chamber against others. These are all resources that will make it easier to do your job. I know that's a lot to take in, so again, we have support and help resources. Susan mentioned the ACCE University webinars, and Sarah pointed out that Ask ACCE, which is our virtual reference desk. So Sarah and I are both librarians. Please ask away, and you can expect to reply in 24 to 48 hours. Also on this page are frequently asked questions for do-it-yourself reference. Just click on any of these links, from changing your username to accessing the webinar recording, to find the answer there and any links to where you should be on our website to do that. And now just a few words about fringe benefits, which you can find under here. Employee benefits for CEO and staff. ACCE's Benefits Trust, which is a group of your peers, offers members access to high-quality and affordable employer-sponsored retirement and group insurance plans. These include a 401k profit-sharing plan, 457B deferred compensation, and ACCE's Mighty Mini, which is designed for organizations with 5 or fewer employees. Additionally, the group insurance plans include life, disability, dental, vision, travel, and the newest offering, which is telemedicine. An added benefit for chambers participating in any of these is access to Think HR, which provides free and direct access to help from HR experts. You can contact them via phone or email. They also have a large human resources library and a couple hundred employee training courses. And just to emphasize, you also have access to a large library of human resources samples, including position descriptions, pay schedules, vacation forms, and much more within the samples library that I showed you on the ACCE website. But as far as fringe benefits go, please contact Stacy Breslin. Her contact information is right here for information about any of the employee benefits programs. So that does it for me. Back to you, Sarah.
Great. Thanks so much, Holly. We just think that this is a rather large nutshell, and we're really happy to be able to show you all these resources. We do have a few minutes for questions now, so if you have a question and anything, as Holly mentioned, we're happy to answer, whether it's a big question or a small question. We're happy to answer that either at this webinar or any time. So feel free to use the question panel in your GoToMeeting panel there, and I'm watching for your questions to come in. Maybe one question we can answer before it is even asked is, we've mentioned several times, how do you get your ACCE ID number? So maybe we can just show you that. That's a commonly asked question. So if you are registering for a webinar or convention or something that's asking for your ACCE member ID, where you go to access that will be, there in our frequently asked questions. We have our how do I find my member ID. So that could be following the steps for that. That's all under my profile, my account and my profile. Let's see here. So you can follow that for the member ID. And I have one question that just came in. It says, I heard you mention an HR hotline. Is it included in our membership fee, or is there an additional fee? And that is a good question. Let's see. Dana, can you answer that question?
Sure, happy to. Actually, the HR hotline is designed for folks that are enrolled in our benefits, fringe benefit programs, but we can definitely have Stacy Breslin get in touch with you if you have some questions or would like some information.
Great, and we can follow up with the person who asked that question. We'll send you Stacy's contact information, or you can again go up to the ACCE top of the site and click on About and find Stacy's contact information under our Who We Are and then under Staff. And so Stacy is listed there as well as under the Fringe Benefits section of our website. So that's a great question. Anything else? Any other questions coming in? Any questions about convention? We have Susan, our expert here on all things professional development. Any questions on convention or the events, training, anything comes to mind? And you know how to get a hold of us, so feel free to ask. Okay, here's a new question. Let's see here. Okay, this one is about troubleshooting okay, so this is a good question. For recording and administering the professional preferences, personal interest areas, I think this is as to who is on staff as an admin. It shows all staff showing up as admin. I think we'll address this question for you, the asker. It sounds like there's some settings we will definitely take a look at, and so this is a good question. The asker is saying about, I believe, about the survey section. So within ACCE's Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, we'll just remind you that that access to, within Dynamic Chamber Benchmarking, you always have access to the chamber profile and the operation survey. Now that's open to all staff, chamber staff members, but now the salary survey section is only open to CEOs or a person that the CEO designates, a staff person that the CEO designates. So if you have questions about that access level, we are here to help you. You can contact HERO, H-E-R-O, at acce.org anytime. And for the person who asked that question, we will definitely look into this issue for you and address this afternoon as soon as the webinar is over. And just a reminder, we mentioned earlier that all ACCE members, each chamber staff person will have their own login. And so that is how the system knows whether you are a CEO or what your staff position level is. So it's very important that each of your staff members have their own ACCE login information. And if you have questions about that, you can contact us, or again, we back on the ACCE website, you can go into the My Account under Menu, and organization administrators can adjust their staff roster that way. But for individual questions such as survey access, salary survey access, that is a great question for the HERO team. So, okay, let's see, it looks like we have another question here. This is good. Let's see. This is a question for Susan. When should we arrive for the Savannah Convention and leave? And that's a question regarding airline planning. What's a good range?
Workshops begin on Wednesday. So what is that? Then is that the 9th, the Wednesday date? And then they run through Friday noon. So that's when the workshops happen. Now we have some other meetings. If you're involved in any, commission, board meetings, group meetings, they will happen on Tuesday. And we're going to also have a terrific first-timers meeting that's going to be on Tuesday evening as well. So if you're a first-timer and you'd like to be involved in that meeting, you can arrive on Tuesday, attend that, and then we have our welcome party, I believe, on Tuesday night too. So I guess that's all to say that that arriving in time for Tuesday afternoon, evening would be ideal, and then the business part is done somewhere shortly after noon on Friday. We have lots of tours and excursions, and you may want to extend time, for personal vacation or whatever after that, but the business will be somewhere between like Tuesday evening and Friday a little bit afternoon. And if anyone else, if y'all have any other thoughts, Dana or anyone else, feel free to chime in.
I think that sounded great, and there's time on your own also after our welcome party 7 to 9 on Tuesday with a haunted tour experience, walking your trolley tour, lots of things to do and experience in Savannah.
Good question. That's a great question. Let's see. I'm not seeing any other questions coming in yet. So I think we have answered everything here. Any other questions before we sign off on today's webinar? And we again just want to say thank you so much for being part of ACCE and using all these resources. There's so many offerings available to all of your staff members, and so we're just really pleased to have you as part of the ACCE family. Let's see, I think that may be it for questions, and it looks like people are signing off. So I think we'll go ahead and close our webinar. Again, we just want to say thank you so much for your time and interest, and feel free to contact us anytime. Again, this webinar will be recorded or have been recorded, and the recording will be available on the ACCE University web page, along with our Fast Facts guide, and that's something you can also download from the GoToMeeting panel in the lower right-hand corner. So feel free to contact us, and we again thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks, everyone.